My name is Benji. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, born and raised, based out in Atlanta now. My occupation is an occupational therapist, so to speak, because my music helps with 9-to-5ers quit their jobs.
What was your last 9-to-5 before this?
I never worked a 9-to-5.
You've never had a 9-to-5?
No, I've worked. I used to serve. I hosted a few restaurants. I was a janitor, overnight janitor. I did all the odd jobs, you know what I'm saying, to like half time. And then I played in like cover bands. I was in a wedding band. Played in church, you know. So anything that would give me money, I kind of did for the most part, within reason. And then I started getting paid from shows. And then I quit everything. I was like, well, this is pretty cool. Because now all I'm doing is playing music and getting paid for it and paying my bills. So I figured, well, I'll just keep that shit rolling, you know? And then, like clockwork, you know, everything else just started coming around. And then Barry and them called me. It's time to go. I think any artist will tell you, like, after they drop something, they're kind of done with it. You know what I mean? Like, I was done. I was done. I was ready to move on. I was working on better music. I felt like, you know, and I wanted to get to that project because I felt like this had run its course. Silly me, you know. But then, like, seeing it from their perspective, and then when they put me on tour, like, performing that in front of people who have no idea who I was, on a tour like Earth Gang's tour, where their fans are just so open and eager, I understood it. So, you know, we took it back. It felt like, okay, like, we're gonna grind this shit out and figure out the best way to get it back. You know what I mean? And honestly, COVID was the best fucking thing that happened in that process, because like it sat my ass down and I really had to like look at this. I feel like if I was still on the road, I wouldn't have had a clearer vision or the opportunity to really like meet the people I've met, reinforce certain things, get pointers from certain engineers or producers or whatever. So it was perfect. That's what I learned this whole thing. Always work your records. Because you could end up in a situation like this where your platform is now a lot bigger than what you had originally. So you drop the same shit, you know, bigger audience, bigger traction, the wider the base, bigger the pyramid type shit, you know. So it's the perfect situation for me to be in, and I'm just glad we took the time.
So tell me, how has patience affected that process for you? Good with patience, were you bad with it? Like?
Both. I'm really good with it because I have so many ideas and I really want to try and get them out. I'm bad because I'm impatient because I just want the shit to be out already and I want to get going. But I think, because I consider myself a DIY artist, you know what I mean? Record my own stuff, mix my own stuff, engineer all my own stuff, produce most of my own work, play all my shit. You really do get to find out about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And like what you're capable of, what you're not capable of, what you really do have to be like kind to yourself in those situations. But I don't know, I think I gained more patience through this. So now it's like, you know, you're always ahead of your fans. You know what I'm saying? You're always ahead of the audience. Whether they know this album came out 3 years ago or not, like, even if it was 2 weeks ago that I had made that shit, like, you're still 2 weeks ahead of everybody. So just in that aspect of like creating the show, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with it. And, like, shooting these videos, and I mean, even having Chris Patrick cameo. I didn't know this nigga like, what, 6 months ago? You know what I'm saying? And then shit starts popping on the internet for both of us, and it's like, hold up. And we know the same nigga, teammates with the same nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, in just a wild way, like, you don't get that without patience. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, to be able to pull that off, it's crazy. It's really crazy. But yeah, I think I gained more patience with this and a better understanding of what patience really is when you're working with like a project, especially building an album, you know, and a release and a rollout. So, yeah, time is always on your side if you use it correctly.